Hello everybody and welcome back to Skawl Creations. This is our second video. Still don't have an intro video out. I'm aware we're getting there. We're gonna get that done. But as always, we're gonna start with an animal. This is my bull snake. He is very, very nice. He's always on the go. He is, I think, about 2.5 years old right now. And he is snow, ghost, het white side. So as soon as I get him a couple really nice females, he should make all sorts of colors of babies. But onwards to the video. So this video is about something that a lot of people have shown interest in at shows and messages online. I do read absolutely everyone's messages and I try and get back to you as soon as physically possible. Once in a blue moon, I do miss one, so if you think I'm ignoring you, I promise I'm not. I just get a lot. So just send me another message and we'll get that right back to you. So that subject is, what is this reptile area going to look like? Where is Ozzy's enclosure going to be built? And what is that going to look like when it's done? So this video today is going to be the room that this is all going to be in and what the overarching idea and plan is. Nothing is done yet. I have a ton of material down here. You'll see it all scattered about in the video. It's kind of a mess right now, but it's a construction zone, or a soon to be construction zone. So we're just gonna run with it. Try not to judge too harshly because I promise it'll look much, much better when it's done. And yeah, let's get to it. We're gonna jump right over there and get to the video. Okay, so on this side of the room, we're gonna go from that corner, right about to where I'm standing. From where I'm standing back against this wall that's getting painted and finished. And that whole area there is going to be the caiman lizard enclosure. We're doing 9 foot. We're doing 9 foot back, and we're doing about 7 tall, so about 84 inches tall. It's gonna go right against the ceiling. These lights are actually gonna have to move a little bit. So that's gonna have everything that if you've met me at a show, I've described that in detail. We'll make a whole series on when we get the material to build that, obviously, because that's gonna be the meat of the channel at this point. So caiman lizards are all going to be here. They're going to have their entire essential room to themselves. In this corner, behind this incubator, is going to be a wash area so we can take all the dirty bins, all the dirty bedding and stuff. We're going to do everything over here. That way have just the dirty stuff, all the bins, the water bowls that need to be washed, because you should be washing your water bowls at least once a week. Everything's gonna be one place, super easy. We're gonna have a big old wash sink right there. It goes right to a drain. It's gonna be amazing. And then we're gonna move along to this wall. Along this back wall, we're going to do, obviously, the cleaning area we just talked about. We're gonna do a drying area after that so we can keep things moving. And then after the drying area, we're gonna go into arboreal cages. We're gonna go with the blue beauties. We might even make some arboreal stuff for my carpet pythons, mostly the blue beauties. Carpet pythons will definitely use it if I give it to them, but at least mine are pretty lazy. They don't really tend to climb much, even if they have the opportunity. So we'll have arboreal cages, and then we'll do a couple rack systems for big and small. So something along the lines of this guy. Plus we'll have like baby racks and a couple breeders, maybe a ball python rack or two. I have a very limited number of ball pythons because that's not really what I work with. I usually work with colubrids and different kind of pythons. Carpet pythons, for example, is a good one. Plus rainbow boa is obviously not a python, but stuff of that nature. Stuff that's a little bit different than just the everyday ball python. So that's all going to be here. This is going to be more or less the snake wall. As far as the block goes, the block is probably going to get repainted and then have some sort of mural on it, on the area that isn't going to be covered by racks. So that will be just awesome if I can make it happen. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking I'm doing some sort of jungle theme behind it, all sorts of ferns and stuff of that nature. It'll be really cool if I can make it work. I'm gonna have to learn how to paint because I can draw, but I can't paint for my life. So that'll be fun. That even might be its own series of videos. Who knows? We'll make it fun though. We'll keep you updated on that, and then we'll move to this last wall. So this last wall hasn't really got a purpose yet. I'm thinking about doing a backdrop and then doing all the YouTube videos right here. So this will all be its own thing. There might be a big old Skawl dog logo in the back or something of that nature. I'm not sure yet. Could do a green screen. I don't know. Let me know what you think, especially if you do YouTube videos and stuff. What do you think if we do something here? What would work really well? The other idea was to have a couple of the rodent racks here because I breed my own rodents for the most part. A couple ASF racks, a couple mouse racks, a couple rat racks. And then, other than that, that's pretty much it. The other area that I want to go into a little bit would be this wall that's not up yet. So we're going to move over to here. So right here, in this big opening, there's going to be a wall here. That's actually one of the first things that's happening. And on that wall, I haven't really decided what we're doing yet. So there's a couple options, a couple really cool options. First one is obviously just utility. So that would be hanging all of my tools, hanging all that sort of stuff. And then on the other half of the wall, because there's only so many hooks you need, there's only so many grabbers you need, stuff of that nature, especially when you don't have anything hot. So as far as that goes, that would probably be towards the camera there. And then on this side, I was thinking about doing some sort of fan art wall. All the time I get pictures from shows of people petting Ozzy or kids interacting with snakes and stuff. And instead of just posting them up here and there, of course they're on the website, but having them here to just kind of remind myself, like, hey, this is one of the many reasons that you do this. That would be really cool. If I don't do any of that, I keep that on the website and whatnot. A second idea for this wall would be doing, obviously, the tools over there on the other side of where the door is going to be, because that's a very little area, and then what else are you going to do there? But on this side, I was thinking about doing either more racks if I eventually get to the point where I have more racks, which would be a great thing because that would mean I'd be able to offer even more high quality captive bred animals. Or what I'm really thinking, what I'm really hoping to happen next year is to get into a couple special colubrids, really low dollar animals, but just amazing animals. And it would be similar to Ozzy's enclosure, just much smaller. So probably instead of being 9 by 9 by 7, it would be probably 6 by 3 or 4 by 2 or 3. So it'd be a big chunk of the wall, but it wouldn't be anywhere near Ozzy's enclosure. And that would have a whole water feature and everything just like that, because the things that I'm looking into, I'm not going to reveal that, but they like water. They're very low dollar animals. They like water. They're extremely friendly. Of course, there's always going to be the one that proves you wrong, but they're extremely friendly and I love them. So that might end up here. That would be its own little mini series of building that. Or if I ever get my hands on like a super dwarf retic or something, we could just make this entire wall just one big enclosure. I don't know if it would be a walk-in enclosure like Ozzy's is going to be, but it would be a big enclosure. I'd probably only ever get a male super dwarf, but keep it as small as possible, aka a big boa size. But that would be really cool. And that's all the information and stuff I have on that. If you guys have any ideas for this wall once it's here, let me know. I'd love to hear all of your ideas. Heck, you guys think of things that I don't, and I'd love to incorporate them. So throw out some ideas. It's only gonna get better. And then we'll move on to the center of the room here. So from me to the camera right now is all gonna be open. It's gonna be open from probably about here for racks or arboreal enclosures, all the way to that side, depending on what I do with that wall. So there's gonna be a huge open area in here, which is really nice, and I'm gonna probably have some sort of cart, cleaning cart, stuff like that, supply cart, to just roll around from one thing to the other, just to expedite cleaning and all that sort of stuff. Especially feeding. Feeding is gonna be really nice. But on top of that, who knows? Things are limitless here, because where the camera is at, that's all gonna be the rodent racks and whatnot, like we discussed. But in the middle here, between Ozzy's enclosure and the camera, we might just have a little island here. I'm not quite sure what would go in that yet, but I'd like to have some sort of little island with corner enclosures. I'm sure you've seen probably like the hexagons and stuff that fit into corners of the room just to maximize space. I'd like to have a little area here of just custom enclosures built to that space. They would probably be much smaller things, probably different kinds of garter snakes, maybe Infernalis garter snakes, stuff of that nature. I don't know yet, but we'll see, because Infernalis garter snakes were one of the original plans for Skawl Dog Creations, and then I got into Blue Beauties. So Blue Beauties took over, but my roots want me to go back to garter snakes, so we might be going back to garter snakes. And then that'll really go well with the mystery animal over there. That's probably gonna happen next year. So with all of that, I don't know, we'll see what ends up happening here, but if you have any ideas or cool little things for like a center island kind of, let me know. Or if you already have an existing shop and you've tried it and it's a terrible idea, I would love to know that as well. Because as much as open space, I'd like to use it for something, open space might just be the way to go. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. If you guys have tried it, let me know, because, or I mean, just don't and watch me do all the work and then realize that it's a terrible idea. That's fine too. It'll make some good blooper reels. So either way, that is pretty much what we've had planned for down here. It doesn't look like much right now. I'm very well aware of that, and it is a gigantic mess with all the construction materials. Over there, I got the glass for Ozzy's enclosure. Over beside the camera, I got that giant log. I got the other glass for Ozzy's enclosure, and all sorts of other stuff's going on. So the only thing that we need to do to actually start this stuff is get the co-poly material to start his enclosure. After that's started, there will be regular videos on that. As of yesterday, I just ordered a super special concrete stain for the floor here. I'm gonna try and do something really cool. We'll see if it works. I don't know, never did that before. But there might be YouTube videos on doing the floor too. I mean, what the heck, why not, right? But yeah, so that was pretty much the entire thing. So let me know if this is something that you guys want to see, this whole area coming to life. Obviously, this is going to be more of a do-it-yourself kind of tutorial cage kind of mini series, I guess you'd say. But, and I mean, there will be reptiles. I'm going to make sure that there's some sort of snake or an Ozzy, or maybe Ari or Lily or Tiny will make it into a video. Rocky will definitely be back. I'm definitely going to have reptiles in every video. But I think for the first chunk of videos that I do on this channel, it's going to end up being this sort of stuff. Let me know if that's stuff that you guys are interested in seeing, or if you're really here for the animals, or eventually like the leather working and stuff. I'm not using the animals for leather working, that they are two separate businesses. But yeah, let me know what you guys are really looking forward to, and I will gear the videos to try and bring that into them as much as possible. But until then, I'm gonna get working. Okay, so that concludes today's video. Hopefully that gives you a pretty good insight as to what's going to be happening down here as far as Ozzy's enclosure goes and the entire setup of the soon-to-be reptile room. So if you liked it, if you have any suggestions, if you think that I'm insane and shouldn't do any of this, I'm open to hear all of it. So throw me an email, message me on Facebook, message me on Instagram. Throw a comment in the comment section. I see all of it. I respond to all of it. And honestly, if you have a shop and have some pointers, I mean, I'm always interested in learning from people that have more experience than I do. So hopefully you enjoyed your time here. If you did, consider liking and subscribing it so I can get some more do-it-yourself people coming in here and some more reptile enthusiasts. Man, you are on the move today, aren't you, buddy? But and then as I get material and stuff, we'll make more videos and we will get this thing done.